Hey there, gang. Welcome back to the Tavern. We've got an action-packed episode on deck for you guys tonight, but first, we do need to take care of a few announcements. Above all else, a huge thank you for helping us get to 100 subscribers. We've smashed that milestone and are continuing to grow. So keep on sharing, smashing that like button, and if you're not, hey, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you can, consider supporting the channel over on Patreon. Starting Monday, we'll be providing early access to our upcoming videos, including the next installment of the HeckRazors journey, as well as the first session of our prequel miniseries, The Shadows of Aloria. We're currently in the midst of filming this, and it is truly fantastic, and we can't wait for you all to see it. So head over to patreon.com/Abhaile today and jump in to support us for only $5 a month. With that, not only do you get early access to our videos before they premiere on YouTube, you'll also get artwork, stat blocks, and behind-the-scenes goofs and shenanigans from our breaks. Your Patreon membership also gets you access to our private, moderated Discord server, where you have a chance to hang out with the cast and crew, as well as other awesome fans like yourself. Plus, our Discord is your best bet if you'd like to appear as a cast member in a future project yourself. So join today. We'll even include your name as a thank you on our new episodes. In return for your support, we'd love a chance to support you. If you're an aspiring fan artist, trying to get commissions, or just share your work, we'd love to feature any fan art of the HeckRazors prominently on our channel moving forward, with links to all of your socials to help you grow as you're helping us. So send us an email or tag us on X with the hashtags Abhaile or ybit. And finally, a huge shout out to our wonderful sponsor, Impassable Creations. We've been talking about them a ton. The awesome makers of handcrafted goodies to meet all of your TTRPG gaming needs. These things are literally made by hand in Central Ohio with tons of love. Their dice bags are amazing, super durable, and full of comfy, cozy vibes. So if you're looking for an awesome bag that is sure to get comments at your next game, head on over to impassablecreations.com today. And be sure to use the code YBIT24 at checkout for 10% off your order. It helps us out a ton. And hey, that does it for announcements. So let's dive in to the legends of Abhaile. Welcome back, gang, to the Island of Mea'motu. When last we left off, our heroic HeckRazors found themselves underground beneath the silver sand shores of Takor Harbor, searching for a missing child abducted by the corrupt town guards. There, in those seldom-traveled halls, they met Grace Blackwell, a mage from a time long past, trapped in place for almost 3,000 years. Bound to a screaming brushstroke. Having sated their curiosity on her infinite access to information, the entity known as Grace Blackwell was given solace, in the form of freedom, as Shalla's lightning bolt destabilized the connection between brushstroke and spirit, allowing her to rest at last. And so, we return to those same sand-covered caverns, to that metallic room, which none of you will ever have the opportunity to know, is called the Portrait Studio. We return to our HeckRazors, hunkering down for a short rest before heading off into the unknown. Toss it back over to you guys. If you guys have anything you guys want to do during your all short rest, more than welcome to.
I'd like to pull Tila aside for a sec.
Okay. Yeah. She's kind of just like picking around through some of the rubble at the side of the room, and she comes. Yeah. What's up?
Okay, so I have a plan. Well, a contingency in case we get caught.
Okay.
He kind of holds out the dagger that has the shadow glass in it and hands it to her. You have one more wild shape, right?
Yes.
Well, as long as you can get away with that, just to off into the jungle wherever. And he'll try to think what's a good location to come back to.
I don't know. You sold your house.
How about on top of the what's the name of the inn again?
The Undertow.
How about on top of the Undertow? If I don't return there within a set time frame, you take that knife, take it out into the ocean, and dump it.
Are we splitting up? Like, what's going on?
I have a feeling things are about to get dangerous.
Have they not been?
Worse. Because I don't think Maya's just going to let us take these kids and return them back to their families. I mean, one kid, that was doable, but 14 at the same time? That's going to take a bit more doing.
Yeah, I don't think she's got an option anymore. We're committed to this, right?
Yeah, it's just...
So stop being a pussy.
We need to have leverage in case shit goes sideways. And if they get their hands on that knife, then we lose any we got.
She pulls a flask out from inside of her boot and takes a big pull before handing it to you.
He, without hesitation, will just start... He won't drain it, but he'll go about halfway and hand it back, just wiping his mouth like, ugh.
Well,
thanks, I needed that.
Cobalt backwash, perfect.
Right. So, if it looks like we're about to be captured, turn into something small. Get out of here. And if I'm not at the top of that building within, let's say, 1 hour, then you take that out into the ocean, you dump it, and they will never see it again.
Got it. Just take the money you got from your house and go be happy somewhere. Got it. Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't be disappointed if you did.
That's for later.
Right.
She looks over to you, Scylla. Are you okay? I know you took some bumps earlier. I tried to fix it up as best I could, but are you good?
A bit scraped up, but nothing I can't handle.
Yeah, you took a walloping back on that beach.
Yeah, I healed myself back up, though. I'm almost right as rain.
Okay, perfect,
Right.
perfect.
That's good. Okay. So now the question becomes, how the hell are we going to move 14 kids?
It's a good question. I think we'll have to see what the...
Can you take him with you into your knife?
Even if I could, even that was an option, I already used it today.
Okay. You can only do that once per turn, or once per day?
Once per day, and only I can go into it. The djinn that lived inside it said that if I pledged more of myself, I might be able to take more people into it, but that's a ways away.
Gotcha.
Mom said I couldn't have friends over.
I mean, yeah. It's more about limited power or something like that, and then she screamed about more alcohol, and then I kind of just tuned out after that.
You have my mother?
Okay, that ridiculous comment aside. Shalla, how big of an animal can you turn into?
Oh,
That's a good question, isn't it?
that would.
What can...
Well, there was one
I
thought
just
I
rolled
had.
something. Ignore it.
Now, one thing I was thinking of is that since we're underground, if you could turn into, I don't know, like a badger or something like that, or like one of the big, or something like that, something that can dig, we might be able to work our way. But then again, with the lava so close by, that might actually be risky.
Yeah, that's fair point.
I put they're in on your extras tab on D&D Beyond, Shalla. There are a bunch of things that you can like use, like.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But I
Was
don't
it worth
remember.
this?
I don't remember the last time I updated those.
Oh,
Wait, Vargo.
I can transform into a giant eagle.
That actually might be useful. He kind of points, snaps his fingers and points towards Shalla. That actually might be useful. Vargo, don't you have a scroll of teleport?
To the bone gondola?
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Hey,
different
that's
upgrade.
not home, or that's not with
Mm.
what's her name? I mean, that's at least a good one to get them out of the area safely.
How many people could that even take?
I'm above the table. I'm pretty sure it'll get a lot of you. It opens up a thing for 6 seconds, so it's kind of a hold action and then go type of thing.
Oh, okay. What is this? What is this bone gondola you guys are talking about?
It's a weathered down gazebo, for lack of a better term, out in the middle of nowhere where we found this spell. And we believe it's been there for a long time.
How far is it from here? You guys know?
Yep.
It is.
Is that something?
It's roughly a day away. It's a little over 3/4 of a day to get to Anna's house, and it's right there. So it's a little under a day away.
Okay.
We
Is this
have a friend who lives close by, and in that underground basement of theirs would be a pretty good little hidey hole.
It would be a good place to keep the kids safe until, we resolve things here. Vargo, do you?
If you guys want to also real quick, roll me a history check.
Oh, sure.
Anybody's welcome to.
All of us?
Anybody's welcome to, yeah. As you guys are all sitting around having this conversation.
I might have remembered something.
Ooh. Shalla did
Wait,
not.
is this something that I could roll? Was that does it pertain to something that I was there for?
Yeah, you can roll it too. You're good.
All right, just wanted to make sure.
Did it roll my die?
Ooh,
Oh, there it is. I see it. What?
22.
No.
Perfect.
Jet's using his noggin.
No.
Okay, perfect. Shalla and
So that's an 18 for me.
yeah, Shalla and Corvin and Jet, you guys all distinctly remember recently when you guys made your way through Nicaranu the second time. There was some type of illusion magic up disguising the town, and it was completely abandoned. And you also remember that basement thing doesn't exist.
Oh, okay. Well, with it being completely abandoned, that's a good place to go. No one's going to come looking.
Yeah, we need to be able to make sure that the kids are safe. But now that we have a way to get them out, we need to get Maya's attention. She needs to know that the shadow, both the shadow glass and the leverage she has in the town are gone.
Well, I'll go in and tell her. Hey, I can, with my royal heritage, I have usually no problem getting a viewing with a spot of nobility. You know what I mean?
Ah.
Yeah, but
I'm sure you'll meet her.
well,
I'm sure she'll.
I will, but it would be nice to be able to get in there and size her up a little bit. You know.
Tila looks at you. She's like, okay, so, we don't really know what happened when Shalla killed the lady. We don't know how big of a deal, like how big of an impact that's going to have on Maya. There's a good chance that we might have just undone a lot of her plans, and there's a good chance that she might just burn you to ash on the site. Just risk it all.
And I just point at Tila, which is why he points to the dagger. We have leverage to stop that from happening immediately.
I can go in and I can plead the case saying, hey, listen, you want your shadow glass, we want you off this island. We'll give you the shadow glass, you just take it somewhere far away where you're not bothering people.
I don't know if I want her to have that.
And then we kill her.
Well, I don't know that she's gonna. If we drive her off of this island, she's gonna try the same thing on another, right? I mean,
I would say it's
we're
possible.
not gonna actually let her go anywhere. We're going to kill her, but drop her guards up.
He's gonna lie, is what he's saying.
Yes. I can come in saying that the entire reason I came to this island from the start was looking for this shadow glass my father sent me. Now I've been working closely with a group that you brought out, but you know what? I have no loyalties to them. My loyalty is to my family and my father. Of course, this is what I'm going to be telling her. It's not what I'm going to actually be doing.
Corvin, as much as a good idea as that sounds, I actually wanted to have words with Maya, if that's all right.
You can go with me.
It's the information I'm going to tell her is sensitive, and it's not something I want to share with others.
Well, here's your opportunity, because we're either going to be there with you whenever we're fighting her, or if you want to try and get in, do your own thing, but...
I just want to talk to her. That's no threats, no nothing.
Then we shall go.
Yeah. But and again, he looks towards Tila. Just, if I do that, remember the contingency.
yeah,
If I don't show up to where I'm supposed to be, that shadow glass is gone forever.
Absolutely.
I mean, regardless, we're gonna dispose of it, right?
Are we?
I don't
Is
know.
there anything inherently bad about it? Now
I
that
don't
it's
think
been
there's anything inherently bad.
It's bad how it was created, but why it was created,
I don't know.
it's still true.
I guess it's something to think about for later.
I mean, she wasn't wrong. It will. It can elevate our people, but not at her cost.
Well,
Yeah.
There's ways of doing things, and she chose the most maleficent. What is the word I'm thinking of here?
I think. I mean, I
The
don't know.
most malicious way of doing so.
I mean, back on the mainland, I might have. I mean, it's been a long time, but if we can't sell it, I'd rather not sell it to the people that Maya's dealing with, because I get a bad feeling from those guys.
We could give it to Vargo to take to a museum.
Yeah, definitely museums where that would end up.
I'd be all right with that.
Fargo's
I have
just
no
off
attachment
building a
to those.
pyramid out of it.
Stop, men.
Yeah, I have no problem with you taking it, Vargo. Doesn't really.
We could always divide it up.
Eh,
As long
Just
as the
for us.
credit for the discovery goes to the people who found it,
Absolutely.
As long as it benefits the island. And
Listen,
it
you know what?
doesn't-
I think we shouldn't worry about that right now. I think we should pretty much focus on the threat at hand, and that threat is my end. The real problem that we have to deal with is these missing children.
Right.
So we'll
I
worry
agree.
about divvying up the goods later.
Right.
Besides, we won't
So-
even know if we still have them.
So, Vargo, have that scroll ready for when we're ready to bounce.
I've always got it in my bag.
Awesome.
I
All
don't-
right.
Sorry, let me look at the item. That can do multiple people, right?
Yeah.
Or
So
isn't that-
so what it does is that it opens up a doorway for 6 seconds. So anybody that can make it inside that doorway in a turn basically can.
Oh, so someone could follow us.
I guess.
6 of
Is
us.
it? It's just the spell teleport.
Teleportation circle is the spell.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's totally doable.
I'm just trying to see if it's willing or people that I designate only. You.
Nope, just anyone.
Yeah, I guess anybody can. I guess I knew that. I've seen people.
Would only less. Yeah. For...
One. Yeah, it's like one turn.
All right. All right, so it basically means that we can leave with the kids whenever we want.
As long
So-
as everyone can get through the portal without dying.
We're
Nope.
obviously going to push the kids through first.
Why
I
would you die in the portal?
I would say one person goes in, then the kids go, then the rest goes in, just to be safe. We don't want them
Have
being
someone on
stranded.
the other side.
We don't want them being stranded by themselves, God forbid.
I mean, I kind of do, but no.
Wait, did Tila say that?
No. That was
Okay,
just
that
me.
was you. Okay, sure. All right. So we have a game plan, but the name of the game right now is stealth. If we can get all crowd around that teleportation circle and leave, that's one thing. But if we have a bunch of guards breathing down our neck, it'll make things even more difficult. So let's do our best to not be spotted.
And real quick, while you guys are all talking
Yeah.
amongst yourself and discussing what's going on, there's one party member that is quiet through all of this. Scylla is... Scylla, you feel like you're still in that room with your party. You feel like you're still there. You feel rooted there. You feel the atmosphere. Nothing's changed. It feels like the same air, that same hot air that had just recently been ionized by magics, older than time itself. But you're somewhere else, Scylla. You're floating, buffeted by winds on all sides of you, holding you aloft, as around you, you hear the leathery flapping of massive wings in your periphery on either side. And then a demure, faint voice directly in the back of your head. My child, I felt the darkness recede, its claws no longer at our throats. Have you found success?
Marginal success. The claws are no longer at our throats, but they're still an active threat.
I see. It is good work that you have done. This presence has retreated. It has taken a step back, the pressure off of our chests, as we can now breathe, thanks to your actions.
There's still a lot of work to be done.
And I know you will do good work, Scylla. I'm always watching. And as the wings flap in the dark nothingness of this windswept torrent, you're back in the room with your party. Scylla, in this instance, if you have any spell slots that have been expended, you are more than welcome to go ahead and refresh those.
Hey.
As you've been
Nice.
emboldened by your patron, as you've continued along your path and met success.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
All right. All right. We about ready to go, guys?
What are we doing? Where are we going?
Sneaking
let's
into the
iron out
kids,
the plan.
right?
All right, we're sneaking in to get the kids first. Okay, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, we have to rescue them, or you don't have any leverage, right?
We already have leverage.
Or we
with the
haven't
shadow
removed her leverage yet.
Yeah.
Right.
But we're gonna rescue the kids because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that's why we're doing it in that order.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. So,
let's-
Vargo, you and I will take point.
Yeah, can
Corvin, can you cover us from the back in case anybody, Maya sent anybody to check up on those people on the beach?
Absolutely.
All right. And he again looks, he gives a complicated look to Tila, and if there's any trouble, kid, you get out of here. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Even if it means that, even if it means I might, never mind. And he's gonna, without a word, he's going to move ahead with, and kind of just nod his head towards Vargo, like, let's go.
Tila makes eye contact with you, Shalla, and she just mouths, "Fucking idiot."
Okay.
All right. So we venture out from the portrait studio into the magma tubes that hide underneath the surface on the silvery shores of Mea'motu. Do you guys want to, Vargo and Jet, one of you guys roll me a survival check with advantage.
I will give it to the person who has the higher survival mod.
I think mine's higher, I believe.
That's why I was saying that. But
Go ahead, Vargo.
All right.
I believe my survival is only a 2. Hey!
25. Holy shit. Yeah. Like seeing it. Starting off strong. Perfect. The tunnel before you guys is pitch black. It is extraordinarily dark in here. There's not a fragment of light coming in from the outside. It is still quiet, dead, save for your footfalls as you guys make your way down the passageway. There's, looking around Vargo, there is a heavy amount of dust that is collected on every surface over the floor. Chipped stone, fallen rock, a couple remnants of baskets or something from long past, much eroded and decayed. As you move forward, you see no sign that there's been people through here anytime recently. Even as far back as not recently. As you guys kind of make your way in the direction that you know town to be. I'll say you guys walk for probably 30-40 minutes in nothing but silence and darkness. Some of you, I'm sure, clinging to your compatriots who are able to see in the dark for guidance as you make your way. But it's still and it's quiet.
So it looks like Maya and the people working with her have discovered multiple entrances, but haven't ever actually traversed between them underground. Losing respect.
Shalla, you want to roll me a
Sloppy.
history check, ma'am?
Yeah.
Sloppy.
Ooh, that's decent. Yeah. Shalla, you know that these kind of lava tubes and little twists and turns and warrens and crags, they kind of are all over much of the island. In some places, they're no more than, you know, a gopher or something could crawl through. In some places, they're quite large, to the point where island mothers have to warn their children about straying too far off, falling into a sinkhole. These are all real, you know, things that are known to happen from time to time. But I say with a 16 history check, you're aware that there are tunnels everywhere, but yeah, there is a good possibility that none of them have been really mapped to completion. So Maya is probably working with incomplete information as well on the layout of the whole network.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so as you guys kind of push your way forward, do you guys want to give me another survival check with advantage up front?
Yeah. I assume this is me for also helping him out.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, you're
perfect.
smelling. I'm psyched.
Yeah.
You take the high road, I'll take the low.
I'll stab him in the back.
So with a 21, Vargo, the level of light stays the same. The silence stays the same. The level of undisturbed stays the same. And as you guys make your way, the tunnel makes a couple meandering twists and turns, S-turns, changing in elevation slightly. It's clear that this was not man-made. It was not created for convenience. There are a couple spots even where you have to get down on your hands and knees to kind of make your way through. And there are a couple places where you have to grab a hold to the walls of the cavern to keep yourself from sliding down small hills, slick with time and dust. But as you guys make your way, you come across signs of something else man-made. A series of buttresses that are placed against the ceiling. They're quite old. They've been here for some time. They're bound with rope that's beginning to fray as it's losing its battle to the gears. These buttresses are set up along both sides of the tunnel wall. There's two on your left and one on your right. The one on the right just being a hair bigger, wider in diameter. And between them, blocking the path, preventing you from going further immediately, are wooden slats that have been nailed to those buttresses. And Vargo, you'll notice immediately that these wooden slats are recent construction.
I just happen to have the perfect tool for this job.
Yeah, I'll mutter back to, I guess Jed's up here with me. It looks like they've blocked off up ahead. Does it look like there's room to... Like, does it go up to the ceiling?
Yeah, it's floor to ceiling,
Okay.
essentially just making an artificial dead end in the tunnel.
Yeah. Okay, just making sure.
You think that's where they're keeping the kids?
I mean, I think they've got this entrance to the rest of the tubes blocked off at least.
We can see if George can chew his way through to see if we're going in the right direction.
I was gonna send my familiar down.
You can do that too, but we haven't had much use for George, so let him have some fun and get a meal in.
Well, he's really
Can
not
you,
Yeah.
Can you?
It was pretty slow. I don't know if that's the best way.
I mean, if you, Vargo, if you can get enough, is there? How is it? There's no holes in these slats, right?
You guys can roll me an investigation.
That is
Yeah.
that is my specialty.
Sure, I'll assist you.
Yeah, go for it. Roll with advantage.
Fantastic. Ooh.
What was the
I believe
name?
That's a natural.
What was the name of the little person that always followed Indy around?
Short round.
Short round.
Short round. Jet. Pot kettle black.
It's funny because my scales are also black. Anyway.
Heck yeah. With a 30. Oh man.
Good grief.
You guys are on it tonight with the nat 20s. Love it.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. With a perfect score. They're pretty shitty. They're pretty shitty slats. They were put together in a hurry. I'll say for looking at them, you guys are definitely aware that these are... they were put up as convenience more than security. There are clear gaps between a couple of the slats right around chest level. Some of the boards have little knot holes in them, providing even better, so it was not designed to be airtight or any simulacra of that caliber.
Corvin, what?
Peek then.
Yeah, we can try one of
fly up there if we see anything.
If we can just pop one of them off, I think we can see what's inside.
Well, it sounds like we can see through without doing that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, sorry if I misled you guys. Yeah.
All right. What do you see, Vargo?
Roll me a perception check, Mr. Vargo.
Can I guidance this?
I'd say so.
Hooray.
I guess I can steady myself.
Just
31.
imagine you like. Just imagine you.
31.
No shit. Just imagine you
Oh my
wiggling
God.
your fingers in front of your face and casting guidance, and it makes this big bright light, and it just makes it harder to see.
That's good.
It didn't help at all. Yeah, with a non-crit 31, say hello to the highest range of D&D DCs, guys.
It's getting a little rambunctious behind me. I apologize.
Oh, you're good. You see Vargo. You see a wide cavern, maybe 30 foot at its longest. So kind of imagine the room as a hot dog bun, and you're kind of halfway down the hot dog is what it looks like. Inside the room, you can see some natural stone pillars that are kind of convex and then concave as boiling hot magma and liquid earth has passed through and ate them away over the years. Some structure remains intact, holding the ceiling of this kind of large subterranean room together. You can see at the to your left, as you're looking at this, at the furthest extent of your range, beyond a couple of these stone pillars, you can see the faint outlines of torchlight flickering, and outfilling this vast open space are crates. Banded crates similar to the ones that you found back at the coast.
So even more inventory.
Quite a bit more, it would look like, from the immediate impression.
I see.
Do
We should
know if
really-
this stuff is explosive.
You guys would know more than I would.
You'd also know for free that there's a town above you.
Which stuff?
Well,
Oh yeah.
Corvin,
Kinda-
Corvin, we also brought an entire barrel of explosive oil.
Yeah, but again, there's a town above us. We're below the town.
Well, it's flammable oil. It's not explosive oil. But...
Oh, well, still. It'll probably damage the product beyond repair. It's at the very least, it'll ruin it.
Well, I mean, it probably wouldn't do anything to the shadow glass. It's just rock.
Oh, well.
Unless we dump more magma on it.
We could
Yeah,
find a
maybe.
Actually, yeah. That might be a good way to get rid of it.
And maybe not, because it may or may not be made out of magnum, so.
Trigger a volcanic eruption. Scylla, your dream is not over yet.
You said it looked abandoned, though, Margo, right?
I mean, there's nobody there right now. I don't know how abandoned. It's like a storage area, I think.
Yeah, correct. And like I said, towards your left, outside of what you're able to see clearly that's not obstructed, there was a flicker of torchlight. So there's definitely some evidence that there have been people in here recently.
There's probably people within hearing of loud noises, but not within sight that I can tell.
Let's come back to this before we make our escape. We have to focus on locating the kids first and foremost.
Well, so just to strengthen
Probably have
the
to go through here.
yeah, strengthening the theater of the mind. Your guys' tunnel dead ended at those slats.
Oh, it did?
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's kind of like it.
Oh, that's my bad. I heard
Yeah,
there was.
so just to kind of paint you
We
guys a
might be
picture, like
Close.
yeah, you guys are where
Yeah,
where
that
you guys
was
are
my bad.
yeah, where you guys are currently at is where they've closed off a hole in the wall, basically.
I thought I heard that they had multiple. There's multiple ways to go. Yeah,
So
sorry, that was
there
my
definitely are. They're just they're kind of on the either ends of the large room. Yeah, and
I
it's,
get it.
It's just essentially storage, right? A makeshift.
Yeah, I think if we can get that
chamber
wall
with-
down quietly, we should be fine.
Yeah, I mean,
Or at least enough of it to get through.
yeah. I could try and. How stable does it look, DM?
looks like they're probably nailed in with metal nails.
Do we?
While everyone's talking, I'm just gonna take my hammer out of my bag. I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna try and see if I can't start to pry one out.
Well, so the nails are on the out. So you guys are on the inside, right?
Oh,
You could hit it out, but
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Do we have anyone who can cast silence?
We do have
Silence?
a giant dragon who would probably be able to burst through that.
Stealth is the name of the game, my friend.
Yeah.
Well,
Plus, I have an
do we
idea.
see
Or-
anyone else in there?
So
If you
does
can-
silence actually do?
If I can see through, I can see through the slats, right?
Yeah, you can see through them. You might have
Okay.
to. You might have
Yep.
to get up on your tippy toes, but you can see through them.
If we can slowly push these out, I can use Mage Hand to catch them before they hit the ground. Then it's just a matter of just slowly taking the boards off one by one.
I mean, if Scylla can slowly push him out that hard, I feel like most of us would probably have to just swing away at him with some.
I mean, hold on a second, guys. Basic physics. If we can't pry the nail, the board has got to meet one of those things in the right spot. There's a degree there. Let me turn my hammer around and try and use that as a lever to push one part of the board out. I mean, we're thinking Euclidean geometry when this is just simple. Break something down. I mean,
Well,
I know we got to be quiet. I know we've got to be, but we can do it. Let's try the simple way first. Let me go
All right.
over to where the corner meets and see if I can get my claw in there, my claw on the hammer, and try to work it forward, rock it forward. So, I mean, we've got a crowbar, and we've got crowbars and we've got hammers.
As long as we don't make any noise, it shouldn't be any problem.
I mean, the least we can do is try.
Because again, I I really hope there's not more of those guys like there were on the beach, because that I don't think we can take again.
Well, listen,
Shalla, real quick, Shalla, at the back of your head when he says that, you hear, there's 2 more somewhere.
Sorry, what did he say?
About there not being any more of those guards.
I said,
Okay.
like, I don't want to fight those guys again if there are they are in there.
Yeah. There's 2
Can
more.
I hear something about 2 more?
Yeah, you hear Ira say, there's 2 more somewhere.
well, we beat 3. We can handle 2.
Oh, well, I'll still let everyone know that apparently there's 2 more guards somewhere.
Oh, perfect. All right, Corvin, let's try your plan, and if it just try and force it out without making any noise.
Keep Mage Hand ready, because if I can get a good spot where it might be able to get in and pull from the other side while I'm pulling from this side, or while I'm pushing from this side, maybe that'll prevent any additional noise. Like if we can get Mage Hand pulling and me popping on the other side, you know what I mean?
I mean, Mage Hand can only
DM,
apply
can you do
10.
that?
I mean, it can only apply 10 pounds worth of force.
Yeah, no, it's kind of outside of its purview there a little bit.
Yeah.
It can manipulate objects, but it can't like do it can't do work, like mechanical work.
Yeah. Yeah, just. I mean, yeah. Why not? Yeah, if we could just like push out the nails like from this side, like with the hammers, then catch the nails as they fall. And it's basic,
Yeah.
easy. Yeah. So.
Let's get to it. Okay, what do you need from us, DM?
All right, let's get a give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, if it's doing sleight of hand, I should do it.
Well, this is for one part of it.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Okay, good start.
3.
Good start.
Oh, good start.
Very good start. Okay, now give me a just a regular strength check.
Oh, very nice.
That's not fantastic. I'm a dex-based guy.
It's a hammer.
Scylla do it?
Yeah. If it's a light hammer, it should be dex.
No, that's not the way that works, homie.
Hey, I'm just trying.
Yeah, it's the hammer.
That was a 5.
Perfect. With a 5, I'll say with a 5, you're not. This is not a challenging situation to surmount for anybody with any amount of even remote upper body strength. This is a challenge.
Zoe just walked across my computer.
That's kind of what I figured out. I love it. Yeah.
I am.
So this is not so much as a actual show of strength. It's more of a show of delicate application of strength and kind of keeping that stealth roll. So what I'll do, Corvin, is I'll say we're gonna still roll off of that sleight of hand, but give me another strength check.
All right. Larry, get out of here.
Get out of here, Larry.
All right, go lick yourself somewhere other.
Hey, 19.
Hey, a 19. Perfect. There are some things in D&D that can be repeated without any consequence, and this is probably one of them. So yeah, you get a couple of good, solid thunks in, kind of holding your hand against where the hammer strikes, so that your flesh kind of mutes it just a slight bit, and a couple good wraps, and you get one side of this board to clunk and drop free. It's still being held on its opposite side across the hallway, kind of still nailed in on the other side, but you've got one side completely down hanging now.
Yeah.
All right, Jet, can Jet fit through it? How wide are these boards?
I am a small creature.
Yeah, I would
What kind
say,
of board are these? 2x10s, 2x12s?
I would say that you'd have no problem. You'd have to scurry up a little tiny bit, but you'd have no problem kind of, like, because it's at, like, normal person cow fence relative height to you right now, where the gap is. So right about chin height. So you'd have to scurry it, but
Somebody give me a boost.
Let's get him over to the other side. I'll go ahead and start. Larry, I'll start working on the other side. And Jet, if you can grab onto that board so it doesn't make any noise when it falls.
I'll just be holding it up with Mage Hand.
Perfect.
It doesn't require any material or verbal components or anything from me. So I'll kind of just be keeping watch, just holding
That's
it up.
a good idea, yeah. You go over, keep watch. You can make yourself invisible in the shadows, right?
Yeah, but not while doing Mage Hand. So I'd like to make a stealth check, DM.
yeah, go for it. As you guys kind of shimmy around this and start working on it, go for it.
Just so I'm not like totally out in the open. And a guy's like, "What's over here?" That is a 19 on stealth. Actually, that might be higher.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
19.
it's a 19 on stealth.
Yeah, you're feeling pretty confident. You're pretty hidden.
All right. Yep. I'll just be keeping my eyes towards the direction of the crates, just looking out, seeing it, checking for any movement.
Perfect.
Actually, hold on.
And I'll say that just so that we don't have to make an ordeal out of this, over the next, like, we'll say 10 minutes or so, you guys are probably going to have the ability, if you want to just slowly disassemble the wall to the point where you can make it through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While
we're
that
not
happens,
putting them all out.
while that happens, DM, because I had to check something to make sure my owl does in fact have dark vision. I would like to send him about just to investigate those crates in a bit more detail.
So I have a real quick question about Mr. Owl.
Yes.
So Mr. Owl hasn't been out with us so far. Does that have any, like, verbal or whatever components for just stuff summoning him in, or is it just an instant?
It's just instantaneous, I believe.
Okay, perfect.
Like it's like the actual casting of it, I think does, but like summoning it does not.
I gotcha. All good, man.
Like I don't plan to sit here for an hour to summon this bird. So no, I don't believe I'll be making any noise.
Perfect.
So I'll send him over to the crates just to, while Corvin's doing this and the others are getting through, just to see if the crates are full or empty.
So I don't know that an owl familiar will be able to manipulate the crates enough to determine.
Oh, I mean, if none of them are open, then
Yeah, no, they're all closed. Yeah. And similar situation to like they were on the beach. There's simple mundane padlocks in each of them.
Okay.
And there are. Are you looking through the eyes or?
Yeah, I'm looking through its eyes, just kind of like confident that like Vargo and Corvin and everybody are handling everything.
Okay. Best guess right now, there's probably this room's probably 30 foot at its longest place. There are probably 40 or 50, maybe more of these crates in here.
Dear God.
There's a lot. There is a lot.
So it'd be a real shame if the roof of this cave caved in and all of that was lost forever.
Yeah, don't do that.
Someone better not do that.
Also, roll me a perception check for Mr. Owl.
Sure. His perception is better than mine.
What's the owl's
He has a
name?
plus.
What's the owl's name, by the way?
Its name is Ebony.
I like it.
It is named after Jet's mother.
Make of that what you will, internet.
Yeah. That is I'm using Jets, but just add a +1 to that, so that is a 19.
Perfect. Okay. With a 19, and you're in the body of. With a 19, there are, in fact, on the again, if in rows stacked too high across the middle.
So it's roughly around 40, you said?
Yeah, roughly. Hard to say. With a 19, I'll say it's more closer to 45.
Interesting. Gonna have to find a way to get rid of all these. How?
And I'll say about this time, you guys have successfully gotten all that obstacle out of the way, and you guys are all into the chamber right there at the mouth of the tunnel.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I'm gonna turn to Tila. Yeah, so my plan, my contingency might not have been as good as I thought. Can I have that knife back? I got enough of these.
While you guys are talking real quick, I need a group stealth check.
Oh, sure. I
So,
will keep it down.
if everybody could roll me one, please.
Everybody.
A fairly low
That
DC, so don't feel bad if they're not great. We're average and everything here.
18. I
Well,
rolled low twice.
I would
Everybody,
love to be able to tell you, but Larry's in the way. 13.
everybody's kind of not the greatest there. Let me roll a thing on my side. Perfect. And then if everybody would like to roll me perceptions, you're more than welcome as well.
Sure.
But you guys feel like you're, for the most part, unheard, and even
perception?
yeah, you're more than welcome to, as you guys are in a new area.
That is a 21.
Investigations, correct?
Perceptions, not investigations. Sorry.
Perception.
21.
Oof.
Natural one. I'm focusing on George.
It's all good.
Um,
Shalla and Jet leading the pack. Yeah, as you guys feel like you're pretty safe where you're at right now. The boxes provide some obfuscation. You're able to like kind of crouch down beside them for some cover. Shalla and Jet, you guys are able to just barely make out. It sounds like just whispers at this point. Shalla, Ira's head in your voice, in your head, wow, backwards. Ira's voice in your head is louder than the voices you're hearing. But you hear two men, hey, wake up. Ain't getting paid to sleep down here. Oh, God. Sorry. Did you feed the rats? Alright. I did. God, I just can't wait for us to get rid of these kids. Okay. Yeah, it's a couple more days. Stay awake. And then that's kind of it for that.
with that perception, with the 21 on my perception, DM, do they have the same knives that we saw before?
You cannot see them from your current orientation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. I'm gonna go in for a closer look. I'm gonna turn towards Shalla.
Okay.
And I'll nod. And I assume both of us would relay the information to the rest of the group.
Oh yeah, sharing obviously.
Sharing is caring, in fact.
It is.
Alright, Jay, you want to give me a stealth check as you try to get a better look-see at the situation?
Sure. I will not burn my last second level spell slot just yet. Although I may be forced to. Never mind. That is a 22.
22. Perfect. With a 22, you are pretty confident you're able to get around the boxes to the point where you're able to peek an eye around. Your black scales kind of doing you a favor here. And
Kept me alive for this long.
you see He looks like he's an islander. He's an islander. He's a kid. He's maybe 18, 19 years old. He's kind of got the build of a yoked out football player, like high school football player. Just that kind of youthful, strong build to him. But he doesn't look like he's got any experience under him whatsoever. And he's just kind of leaned up against the door in a chair. Not the door, the wall, next to a tunnel leading out. With a small fire pit on the ground at his feet for light or entertainment or warmth. It's not really cold down here, though. But the other voice that you heard seems to have gone.
This guy look human?
Yeah, he's a human, dark tan skin, some fresh-looking tattoos on his forearm.
And I no sign of a strange-looking dagger at his side, right?
Correct. Not even any sign of a shadow glass sword. He looks like he is either completely unarmed or has something sitting somewhere else. There's anything obvious that he's carrying right now.
So he's away from the boxes, so I wouldn't have cover if I went to go.
Yeah,
up to him.
if I could draw him, he would be right. I can't draw him. I'll ping him. He's gonna be kind of sitting right here. If you see where I'm pinging at, sir.
Oh, okay. So I'd have to turn invisible to get up to him.
Yeah, he's sitting here, leaning up against the wall, kind of looking out this direction. Or maybe this direction. It's hard to tell.
It's gonna be in the way. I don't need to turn invisible again that badly. I'll burn my final second level spell slot. And cast invisibility.
Okay.
And I would like to make another stealth check because I would like to get behind this guy.
Well, he's in a chair leaned up directly against a wall.
Or just at the very least next to him.
Okay. Yeah, roll me a stealth check.
That is a 16.
Gotcha. You barely make it. He barely, he almost shifts his gaze to look to your direction. But you make it up to beside him.
Cool. I'm going to pull out my rapier. And, is it an acrobatics check to jump on top of him?
Yeah, it would be in the situation.
Okay, I'm going to do that. And hopefully this works. Oh boy, that's a 30.
That's a 30.
I'm going to pounce on top of him, and I'm going to put my hand around his mouth, and I'm going to say, "Screaming, you're dead."
He immediately tries to scream into your hand. Immediately. Muffled.
You're not that smart, are you?
Who doesn't do?
Right. Don't panic. I'm gonna panic.
I'm gonna point the rapier at his throat. Quiet now. Don't.
Jet,
What?
I don't believe you've actually done anything to break your invisibility yet.
Oh, no.
He's...
Because I've not been. Oh my god. Fucking. I'll decloak. And I'll sit on top of him like. Okay, buddy. Alright. I can see you're young. You're new to this. Everything's gonna be okay. As long as you let me and my friends go by here. You got that? Not if you understand. Is he nodding?
He hesitates for a while. He's petrified, and he gives you the shakiest of nods.
There we go. That's a lad. There we go. Okay, so what you, my friend, are going to do are going to shut your eyes and see nothing. You got that? And it'll all be just a bad dream.
His eyes
Close
are
your
just,
eyes. No
he
peeking.
he tries to shut his eyes. They're shaking so much and trembling so much, he's not able to keep them closed.
For fuck's sake. What can I would have like a piece of cloth or something on me, right? Like just like from my shirt or something like that, just to wrap around his face.
I don't know. You tell
Or
me.
something.
Let's just tie him up and put him on the other side of the boards and kind of.
Well, you
place
took
the
those boards down.
Well, yeah, I know.
I just.
Let me see.
And let's rehang them, but let's get them on the other side of where those were, kind of hidden somewhere over there. At least so he's not at the entrance to the thing. Let's get him moved, get him hidden.
Hold
get him
on.
tied up and on our way out. And on our way.
So we're gonna
Yeah.
leave him tied up underground where nobody knows where he's at, then we're gonna teleport away.
YOLO.
Yes.
At the very least, we got to make sure this guy doesn't go talk to his buddies. I'm going to. Would I be able to see one of my friends nearby, like within range of 120 feet?
Probably not. I think you. I have to imagine that you guys are probably crouched right up against these boxes. It's really the only place that there's any cover in the room, and you're over here, Jet, so you're kind of obscured by this pillar.
Why
Okay.
don't we put him in one of the boxes?
Actually,
Mhm.
that's not terrible.
I learned it
Knock
in
him
a,
out.
I learned it in a serial killer documentary.
Well,
No, I'm serious. Knock him out. Put him in one of the boxes. That way,
Poke
when
some
he
holes
wakes
in it.
up, yeah,
actually,
make
yeah.
sure- And then when he wakes up, just put one, leave one nail in it or something, so it's somewhat closed. And then when
Okay.
he gets up,
Okay, buddy, you're gonna I'm gonna put my hands over his eyes and send my familiar over to the rest of the group. Just kind of basically giving like an all clear.
Real quick, too, Shalla and Vargo, what's your all's passives, perceptions?
Passive perception.
Yes, ma'am.
18.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
It's 1 second.
Take your time.
I like how he's still freaked out when I was invisible.
My passive
just so
perception
funny.
is 25. Or sorry, no, sorry. Wait, no, yeah, perception. 25.
Jesus Christ. God
Yeah.
damn. So
Yeah,
Shalla
sorry about
hears,
that.
Shalla hears a nearby volcano on a different island go off.
Yeah. Basically.
No, Shalla, you do hear something though. As you hear, you undoubtedly hear Jet's quiet threats from around the corner, off in the opposite direction, Shalla, towards the other end of this cavern. You hear the slightest clacking of light footsteps on the stone cave ground. For just a moment, Shalla.
Okay.
For almost, I'd say quicker than you can even alert anyone. And then Jet.
Yes.
And everyone's going to hear this at the same time. You hear a clear wooden knocking, like a rapping of a hardwood against stone on the side of this pillar, or that's where the sound of it is coming from.
Oh.
Jet, turning around to look, you're gonna see a figure standing there that you don't recognize. This figure is female. She stands about 5'6", right around the same height as Shalla. She's an islander with tan skin and tattoos down both of her arms, very intricate and densely populated on her arms. Those arms are attached to an older female. She's got some years under her, maybe in her upper 50s or lower 60s even. Long strands of gray hair interspersed with black that's losing its luster. Her hair, unlike Shalla's, is kept up in a tight bun behind her head, and she wears a very old, very well used, but well cared for set of some type of splint armor, and she's got in her hand a simple curved wooden training sword, and she looks directly at you and taps it on the stone pillar again. Leave that man alone. The rest of you guys behind the crates hear the distinct voice of Nalaniro, the butcher of the North Groves. And we're going to go ahead and cut that off here tonight, guys.
Oh, dear.
Ooh.
So,
Well, it would seem I'm in a pickle.
join us next week as we find out what unfolds. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight.